Hey guys, Mutantcowboy here. If you saw my previous video, I was talking about status effects and kind of their place in PvP and how it really needs to have some sort of counter that's not just dedicated to hazard protection or explosive resistance. You know, those things are very, very specific and rather hard to actually build around for a good, proper build. So I definitely stress that, I don't think skills themselves need a nerf, but there needs to be a more active, more usable counter to some of these status effects, some of these skill, damage builds. Just to actually show you how powerful these builds can truly be, I decided, I was going to actually invest fully into these things and show you just, how powerful it can be. I mean, just the amount of damage that I saw. I mean, I hit an enemy for over 1.3 million with the chem launcher Firestarter explosion just by itself. Just the Firestarter explosion, 1.3 million. Alright, so jumping into the build, I am using the Technician Specialization, and that is for basically just getting that one single skill tier. That's pretty much the most important thing. I am using an AK. Now, you could probably use a Pestilence, but, if in case I needed to switch anything out, I get that skill damage. Everlasting Gaze, I am getting basically the perpetuation with the enhanced status effects. Of course, on my pistol, again, regular perpetuation for enhanced status effects. My mask, 3-piece Wyvernware for skill damage, status effect, skill duration, and of course I've got perfect skill damage on there, perfect status effect on there, and I've got a really good skill haste mod on that piece. For my backpack, I am using a 511. It's not the best brand bonus, 10% health, whatever, I'll take it. But I've got, perfect armor roll. I've got, 9.2 skill damage, 9% status effect. It comes with the blue mod, so I put burn resistance on there, whatever. I wish it was yellow, but the main reason, the most important part, shock and awe. So whenever I apply a status effect, which is all the time, skill damage goes up by 20%. That's huge. So, again, just start stacking these bonuses. All right, moving into my chest, another Wyvernware. This one, rather low skill damage roll, just 6.5, so I can definitely do better. It's got skill haste on there, and use it for another piece. Wish I had status effect on there, but 12% skill haste, whatever. 10.6% skill haste mod, but again, key here is that talent glass cannon, 25% all damage. Yes, that applies to status effects and skills. All right, then I got my gloves, Hana U for skill haste and skill damage. Got 8.4 skill damage, 9.4 status effect. Just building on that death. Second piece of Hana U. Now this one I didn't quite want to get rid of that 9.7% hazard protection just because I'm not sure if I actually want to keep this build. I mean, it's great, but I feel a little dirty using it. So ideally I would roll that into status effect. Get 10% status effect damage, and already got 9.5% skill damage. So again, not sure if I want to keep this, and I kind of like this piece the way it is, so ideally I would roll that off. All right, moving to my final piece, my holster, third piece of Wyvernware. It's got 9.1% status effect, 9.7 skill damage. With all that combined, moving into the skills, you can see here on my Stinger Hive, almost hitting for 1 million damage in PvE. My PvP damage is 158,000, and this is without any of those bonuses. This is just the blank damage that it does. And because obviously it's multiplicative, it's 20% of 158 and then 25% of whatever that previous bonus was. So it can be a huge, huge bonus. You can see my mods, 2.9% damage, whatever, health mod, stinger charges, pretty much the normal whatever you can get on mods. And then, of course, moving into my chem launcher, you can see here, obviously the cooldown's a little bit high, but I got, 7 ammo, so it's fine. The damage that I'm putting out is 612,000 with a almost basically 50k burn damage. Now, again, when you start combining those bonuses, I mean, this comes out to, becomes a huge, insane bonus. I mean, you're looking at, if I get everything procced, I'm definitely hitting over 1.3 million. And that's just from the explosion. And then my burn damage, I've seen upwards of 100k ticks on this, so it can be insanely strong. I mean, you basically just can't survive that. I mean, you get hit with a status effect. I mean, even if you have 1.8 million armor, I mean, you are going to be just devastated by a single chem launcher. And if you can't manage to get a med kit off, you are dead from the status effect. For my mods, I'm using 7% burn strength and 6.2% skill health. So, obviously nothing really irregular there. Pretty much the only reason I'm using this Technician is just because of Amped, just for that one extra skill tier. Nothing else really applies to this build so much. I mean, the damage to robotics and stuff, it doesn't really work with status effects, so it's not really that important. Artificer Hive doesn't really have any place in this build. The Faraday field can be good. I mean, especially if you're, actually using a skill that was set near you, and like if you wanted to drop the hive near you, then you could be, avoid disruption and avoid, shock. But you're basically just throwing all these things out there, so you're not really going to be near one of your own skills. But I do gain 15% bonus armor when I am aiming a skill, so that does come in handy considering that I have, glass cannon, so I'm taking extra damage. Basically any little bit can help you actually survive to get those skills off. So that just makes the build a little bit better. And then of course I've got overclock, so, having that 10% extra skill damage makes the build just, just that much stronger. But yeah, guys, this is an insane build. I can't even state how overpowered it feels with no actual way to counter this in PvP. There needs to be something that you can activate. There needs to be some sort of buff ability or temporary armor ability that you can actually apply instantly to yourself. There needs to be something that you can use on your build, on any build, not just a gimmicky, gear set that gives you bonus armor. There needs to be something that actually stops status effects or stops these skill damage, massive increases from happening in a usable way for all players. Basically something that doesn't permanently stop a skill build from being able to kill you, but something that allows you to actually survive a first encounter and actually know what you're dealing with, right? So, I mean, you have the ability to quickly activate something that can keep you alive till you can actually get into a position to kill someone, not just instantly die because you are behind cover and then the Firestarter just rips you apart. That's it. That's not how the game should work. But yeah, that'll do for me. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.